Hey everybody, it's Flyin Ryan here with a review of the Eachine H8 3D. And I am calling this quad the quad that could, because this thing does it all, and it does it all very well. I was a little bit, I don't want to say negative, but I wasn't a huge fan of the H8 Mini just because it was a little bit too like stunty. It didn't really have a good mix of rates for just doing standard like circuit flying. And then the X4 3D from Eachine, I was really negative about. I thought that thing was just really poor. It was unstable. It didn't, fly inverted well. It had a lot of problems. But this, they have fixed all the problems of both of those models and brought them all into this one model. And then it also comes in green now, which certainly helps for me. I think it just looks really, really good. But this thing is awesome. I mean, it does everything. It flips. It does inverted flips. It has a headless mode, so you can kind of do some stunts with it. It still has that really fast yaw rate on high rates, but on low and medium rates, it's still very flyable. It inverts controls and stuff. So I've got a lot of details to cover on this one. So let's get into the accessories first. So we've got a full set of spare props, and then these little like foam landing feet, which the original H8 Mini had, so you can stick those on the bottom of the motors if you want. However, I found that they just usually fall off, so I didn't even bother with them this time. And then we've also got a USB charging cable. It comes with a, what is this little guy? Can I even get it to focus in there? 220 milliamp hour LiPo. However, there is an upgraded battery available. This is a 260 milliamp hour LiPo, so you can buy that separately. Let's see, where was I at? Oh, so let's get into flight times. So with the stock 220 milliamp hour, you get about 5-minute flights with about a 25-second LVC warning. And with the upgraded 260, you get about 6-minute and 15-second flights. So, about a minute longer flight times. It takes 40 minutes to charge the stock battery. Takes about 48 minutes to charge the upgraded battery. So that's a pretty decent little upgrade. I like it. It doesn't seem to affect flight performance too much. I mean, it's just slightly bigger, and it fits in there just fine. However, I did find it's a little bit loose. We'll show you here. So I mean, it's wedged in there pretty decent if you kind of get it in there just right. But you'll notice the stock battery has this kind of foam pad on it to help keep it in there a little bit more. But it doesn't really want to pull off. Like I tried doing it on another battery, and it just kind of ripped apart. So you'd have to find your own little foam pad to add on to that or something. Anyway, we'll go ahead and look at the transmitter here. This is the same that's been coming around for a while now, where it's sort of like that original Nano design, but a little bit bigger, so it fits in the hands a little bit bigger. We've got a lot of different things we can do here. So let's see, the left bumper is our 3 different rates, and the yaw rate changes, and on high rates it's really fast, but on low and medium rates it's very flyable. Let's see, right bumper is our flips, and so if you click the right stick, you change between flipping or flipping to inverted. So I think by default it's in to flip inverted. So you hit the right bumper, move the right stick, and it's going to do an inverted flip and start flying inverted. But if you click the right stick, then it turns to flip mode. So when you hit the right bumper and move the stick, it does a full flip like usual. So you can do normal flips or inverted flips. So that's pretty cool. Clicking the left stick will do return to home, but then if you just take over and start flying, now you're in headless mode. However, headless mode has its own yaw rate, and it's slowed down a little bit. So there's no more like with the the original H8 Mini, you could just spin like crazy and fly around in headless mode. Well, you can't do that anymore. So that's the one. I mean, it's hardly a negative, but that's the one negative really that I had to say about this. Other than the prop guards, they have changed them a little bit. But if you saw my H8 Mini review, I broke one of the prop guards in the flight review for that. Well, I broke one in this too. This is my original one. During my test flight, when I was, kind of bouncing it off walls to see how well that worked, I broke one side of it, and so I tried to glue that back together. And then in my flight review, which you'll see coming up here, I managed to break the whole prop guard off. So I went ahead and bought another one, and it's already gotten here before I got around to filming this tabletop review. Just because I like this model so much, I wanted to have a full intact one to show for my detailed review here. But yeah, these prop guards are still a little bit brittle, and then they're kind of built into the frame. Well, not kind of, they are built into the frame. So there's, you need them to land inverted upside down so that, the props don't touch the ground, and then you can take off inverted. So they're kind of necessary, but then they're very fragile and they break and you can't easily replace them. So that's a little bit disappointing as well. Let's see. There's a lot to cover about this one. Make sure I got it all. You can recalibrate it by holding both sticks down left or both sticks down right. I'm not sure. One is probably recalibrate headless mode and one recalibrates the accelerometer. So go ahead and do both. Both sticks down left, both sticks down right. Let's see. Any more details? Okay. So there are LEDs in it. We've got blue in the front and red in the back, so that's nice. Red in the back's always good. So when you flip to inverted, this thing does some pretty interesting stuff. So if you do a sideways flip to inverted, your controls reverse and you can fly just like normal. However, like I've said in the past, if you do a front or backwards flip, now the front is actually facing at you. Well, this actually inverts forward and backwards when you do a forward or backward inverted flip. So if you say you do a back flip into inverted, it now reverses so that up on the right stick, forward is now actually forward with the back of the quad. So even if you forward or backward flip into inverted, you still just fly like normal. And then so you can do a sideways flip back to normal right side up, and now the back is the front of the quad, and it'll actually fly backwards like that. So it's a little bit interesting. It's like a Rubik's Cube of flipping. If you flip a bunch of different directions, you can actually get it where it ends up flying backwards. But so yeah, any way you flip, it always is going to keep the controls just like normal, where forward is forward, even if the back of the quad is now facing forward. So pretty interesting. I think that did cover it all, though. A lot of details about this one. Yep, that looks like that did it. So let's go check out the flight footage. Alright, this is the flight review of the Eachine H8 3D, the little quad that could. This thing can just do so many different things, so hopefully I remember to show it all. We've changed rate to the left bumper, we've got return to home, and then headless mode with the left stick. We can switch between inverted flipping or normal flipping with the right stick, and then you hit the right bumper and then move the right stick to do either the inverted flip or regular flip. And if you flip to inverted, it'll reverse all the controls. If you do a forward or backward flip, it actually even reverses the forward and backward channel, so you can fly it backwards by getting up. So that gets really weird, and man, this thing can just do so many different things. So let's try to remember to show it all off. Alright, start on low rates. I'm a big fan of this thing. So on low rates it's quite flyable. Even on medium rates it's still nice and flyable. And then high rates we've got the really fast yaw. I feel like it's maybe a little bit slower than the original H8, but still quite fast. And you get some funnels going. Pretty nice funnel there right in my face. Alright. Go back to low rates, and now if I click the left stick, oh, it's backwards. I must have plugged the battery in wrong. Well, anyway, when you're in headless mode now, the yaw rate is limited, so you can't you can't do the super fast spinning anymore. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not going to mess with headless mode anymore. It's all disoriented. Anyway, let's just go to what this is about with the flipping and stuff. So I'm going to click the right stick, so I should be in normal flip mode now. So I can click the right bumper and move the right stick. I just do regular flips. And really nice, fast, solid flips. And look how solid it recovers from that flip. So now I click the right stick again. Now I'm inverted flips. So when I move the stick, now I flip to inverted. And all my controls reverse as they should, so flying is still normal, just like when you're upright. And let me go ahead and flip back to normal mode. So now, like with other 3D quads that I've talked about, if you flip forward or backwards, you know, it moves the front facing you, so, you know, your forward and backward technically reverses. Well, this one reverses it for you. So watch, I'll do a forward flip, and then the back is going to be facing that way, but forward will still move the back that way. So forward flip, and now forward moves away from me. Backwards is... So now the back is the front of the quad. So now when I fly forward... Oop, oh, all messed up. So now I think if I turn it back over upright, now I think I'm going to be backwards. Nope, it fixed itself. So that gets a little weird. You got to remember if you flip it to inverted forward or backwards, your forward and backwards gets reversed. So now if I flip sideways, now I'm flying. Now the back is forward. So I've got the battery is the front of the quad now. So now I've got to do another flip forward or backward to inverted to get the front to be forward again. And now I can do a side inverted, and now I'm back to normal. So it's like a Rubik's Cube of quad flying. But I like flying on medium rates. I think that's a really flyable rate. The yaw. Ooh. Oh. Well, there goes my prop guard busted off. So that's a 2 for 2 now with the H8 reviews. I've broken a prop guard off in both of my reviews now. So the prop guards are still not overly durable, but oh well. I'll just glue that back on and call it good. Keep flying it for a bit though. That was the one that was already broken a little bit anyway. But man, I am a fan of this thing. I mean, it does everything, and it does it all really well. It flies really nice. The original H8 I was saying wasn't as much of a flyer's quad because it was a little too stunty and fast. It didn't really have a good match of speeds for just regular flying. But on medium rates, this thing is really nice for just regular flying. And then you put it on high rates and you can just go crazy with the... Oh yeah, that was headless mode. The battery fell out. Anyway, I think I've bashed it around enough and showed all there is to show with it, and I don't want to break any more prop guards off of it. But it looks like they are... Ooh, I broke that one too. So yeah, these prop guards are pretty much worthless, but it looks like... No, I think they are part of the frame, so no easy replacement on those. So yeah, the prop guard still could use some work, but otherwise this thing is quite awesome. Anyway, that's the Eachine H8 3D. Check the video description for a price and purchase link. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.